Good morning. Good morning, my friends, Sinis and Julians, wherever you are. How are you all? Today's topic is the new strategic human resource management. I repeat, today's topic is the new strategic human resource management. Here, when I'm talking, sorry about this. Let's start, my friends. Sit back and enjoy the lecture. Today's topic is about the new Human Resource Management SHRM. The new means I've added new items and approaches to the same human resource management discipline. And in this episode, I'll try to project a new model of human resource management or strategic human resource management derived from my observation of the human resource management trends. I repeat, I'm trying to project and promote and advocate a new model for entrepreneurs related to strategic human resource management. And basically, the new model comes from my observation of the trends in human resource management. The model is heuristically driven. That means it's coming from my experience. Heuristics, you might ask, what does heuristics mean? Heuristics means to gain knowledge and is also a qualitative research that originates from experience and life events, which contradicts the traditional and conventional style of management. That's what that is called heuristics type of research, where it comes from observation, experience of real life, and contradicts the traditional research. Both are important from my perspective. Traditional research, that's important. At the same time, heuristically driven research cannot be ignored. So, heuristics is an intelligent guesswork and can add value to our thinking because it comes from experience and comes from life experience. That's why I value heuristically driven research. There might be shortcomings, there is shortcomings. In spite of all the shortcomings, it is another type of research based on observation, experience, and life events. So let's start, my friends. I've already started. I hope all of you are fine and enjoy the lecture. So, my new model focuses on four key elements entrepreneurs need to take into consideration. The first is governance, second is market, third is the environment, fourth is the culture. I repeat, number one comes governance. It's a very huge topic, and all entrepreneurs must focus on this new topic governance. Number two is market. Number three is environment. Number four is culture of the organization. All of these four core elements, the existence of vision and the existence of value cannot be denied. And here I'm talking about a value which is undivided, shared among all. That's the value I'm talking about. That's the vision I'm talking about. It will be more or less the same in governance. The vision will be also the same vision will be in marketing. The same vision will be about how we interpret the market, and the same vision will be about the culture I'm trying to install. Please note, please note that the model is divided into two parts. Internal, that is about governance and culture. In the meantime, please my friends, my colleagues, seniors and juniors, I've also sent a PowerPoint. It's in the new YouTube. It's in the same channel, but it's a PowerPoint. If one reads the PowerPoint and listens to what I have to say, it might make sense. Give it a try. The model is divided into two parts, internal and external. Internal means governance and culture. I've termed that the internal elements of the new Shrm model. External is about market and the environment. All the items are of equal importance. Governance is important, extremely important to me, how you manage the organization. Culture is important because the wrong culture can be damaging for the organization, how things are done. Market is extremely important. I have to do my research into where my products will go, who will take them, why people will take them. It can be products or services. And the environment. Is the environment favorable or unfavorable? And all the items have the same or will be have the same vision or more or less the same. Corporate governance is a relatively new discipline or branch of knowledge that focuses on how the enterprise is to be managed. Some view corporate governance as a system. It is through this system that key decisions are made. It is not a new topic of discussion, but comes to prominence when the enterprise faces problems, for example, unrest, unfair practices, scandals, and even more major crises. Once giant organization, Lehman Brothers had to exist, had to exit the market, causing a kind of economic recession around the world. Remember, the company's name is Lehman Brothers, a giant financial organization in the world, collapsed, causing major financial recession in the world for quite some time. Thousands of people lost their jobs, thousands of people lost their investments. What and it had the government loses revenues. All these things are real. That's why governance is very, very important. How you manage the organization. You can expand the organization. That's right. But at the same time, the organization needs to be managed. According to me, you manage the organization and go ahead and expand. But you cannot expand without managing your house. Your house must be in order. Once it is in order, you can go further. In the case of United Kingdom, organizations registered with the London Stock Exchange have to abide by the principle of UK Corporate Governance 2010. And the principle is explain variations or abide by the law. It's beautiful. Only two principles, according to the UK government: abide by the law or explain variations. Fairly simple. If there are variations, explain it. If not, abide by the law. Investors lose, and also the most notable theories. There are a number of theories of corporate governance. For example, the agency theory. It is the relationship between management and principal. The stakeholder theory is about interests of the stakeholders who have a stake in the company. Stewardship theory is about leadership. And there are many more theories. All have significance, but each have a different focus. To me, these three major principles are extremely significant: the agency theory, stewardship theory, and the stakeholder theory. The stakeholder perspective takes into account all the groups of interested parties who have a stake on the well being of the enterprise. Who are the stakeholders? The community, business people, employees, suppliers, the state, the local residents, investors, etc., are the stakeholders of the organization. The stakeholders, theorists, contradict the agency theorists. The agency theorists is only about investor and the management. And here, according to the agency theorists, they have separated management into two parts: the owner or the investors on the one hand, and managers on the second hand. So there are two parts involved in an agency theory: principal and the agents. Agents represent the stakeholders, and the owners and the investors. Owners are the investors of the company. So there are two groups, two classes are involved. This has been criticized by the stakeholders, by the stakeholder theorists who did not like the theory, who do not like the separation. All work together for the success of the organization. This separation was not accepted by the agency theorists. Now it's up to my friends to decide which theory you should adopt. Is it the principles principal agency theory or the stakeholder theory? Another one is coming, which I'm going to talk about, is the stewardship theory, and that's about leadership theory. That's about leaders. The stewardship theory is about leadership as the core component of corporate governance. Actually, from my understanding, corporate governance takes into account management, investor and ownership, the board structure, relationship with the banks, policies and procedures of how to run the enterprise and interact with the outside world from the perspective of a sound founding of the internal aspects of the enterprise. I repeat, my friend, from my understanding, corporate governance, policies and procedures of how to run the enterprise and interact with the outside world from the perspective of a sound founding of the internal aspects of the enterprise. Please read the PowerPoint, please, my friends. If you have the time, energy, go through the PowerPoint. You'll find it. It'll make the sense even better what I'm trying to say if you just read it. That's all. A good corporate governance should be able to tackle corruption, mismanagement, lack of accountability and transparency, poor quality leadership, unethical gains, unprofessional conduct. I repeat, good governance, that means good management, will be able to tackle corruption, mismanagement, lack of accountability and transparency, poor quality leadership, unethical gains, unprofessional conduct. The four principles of corporate governance. What are the four principles? Transparency, accountability, responsibility, and fairness. Without these four elements, there can be no good corporate governance from my perspective. It is transparency, it is accountability, it is responsibility, and fairness and justice and ethics. These four key elements are the cornerstone or the principles of any corporate governance from my perspective. Strategic vision is the destination of the enterprise. In all these elements, there must be the same vision where the organization is heading. It is about vision is about the direction of the organization. People need a vision where the enterprise is trying to go, and it is also an idealized state to strive for something that is achievable, realistic, and ethical. That's simple to me. That's what vision is about. Vision is where the enterprise is trying to go, and it is also an idealized state to strive for something that is achievable, realistic, and ethical. The strategic vision is the direction of the enterprise. Vision may be also the image of success. But whatever it is, however you define vision, vision is the driving force from my perspective. Where there is no vision, there can be no action. And without action, we are zero. Next is about market. Today's HRM is about also market. Is one of the key challenges for any enterprise. This is not only about the contents of marketing, but it is also about reaching the right audience. It is no point having products, but you cannot reach the audience. For example, in my case, I have to admit my my marketing skills are not that good. That's my fault. I've written 4 or 5 books. It hasn't reached the audience. Why? Because I lack marketing skills. And it is not about contents of marketing, it is about reaching the right audience at the right time with the right product. The new SHRM leadership will have to understand marketing is a service. This service can be divided into two parts. The first service can be intangible or it can be tangible. Goods are objects and service is the performance. Facts related to marketing must be established by the SHRM. I'm not talking about a strategic human resource management professional to be specialized in marketing. No. At least a little knowledge will serve the purpose. Facts about marketing. Inseparability of service and consumption. Here it is important to separate service and consumption. Heterogeneity. Heterogeneity. This means that the customers are different and unique in terms of expectations, needs, prior experience, purchasing capacity, etc. Heterogeneity. That means customers are different and unique. Variability. Understanding the difference, understanding the differentiations is important. And most important, the service sectors where skills, knowledge, attitude, ability, deliver, experience, etc. play an important role in any sector. This is called variability. Perishability meaning service or performance is difficult to store like any physical objects. Service is the moment of truth, as the saying goes. Once delivered, can anybody take back the performance? Performance cannot be stored, nor can it be taken back. Once you've done it, you've done it. That's what I call perishability. Performance, once it's given, you cannot take back the performance. Our performance is the main issue here. Without performance, organization in a nutshell is zero. Vision is nothing if if it's not translated into an action. These are just a few market-oriented concepts which I found interesting and is very much related to the new SHRM, at least from my understanding. As I said earlier, I do not expect my friends, colleagues, being in this profession of human resource management to be specialists in marketing. But at least I want my colleagues, juniors, that a little knowledge will do no harm in marketing. The four key issues related to marketing: the service, the product, creating the market space, promotion. Today's HRM specialists and professionals will have to obtain good knowledge related to marketing. In another sense, also human resource management needs to be marketed to the right audience with the right products. Here also I'm talking about not only the product of the organization, but also we have a product. What is our product? It is about human resource management. We have to also market our product to the audience at the right time. So marketing actually cannot be escaped nor avoided. We also have to market our product. Or else, why should people pay for it? Why should people pay for our service? Marketing is everywhere, from my perspective. Promotion means to inform others of the presence of a particular service or product. Promotion means to inform others of the presence of a particular product or service that is available for usage. Making simple promises these days do not work. I repeat, making simple promises these days do not really work. People are searching for inner meaning. If it's a product, people want to know about the quality of the product, functions of the product. If it's service, people want to know the reliability of the service, repeatability of the service, and the quality of the service. People want to know. There's nothing I can do, nothing you can do. These days, people are more educated, more critical, and have every right to ask the service provider Tell me about your products. Tell me about the functions of the product. Give me information, and I'll be the judge whether I'm going to take it or not. And the aim of marketing is simple: to create a favorable image of the organization. But it is worth remembering at the end of the day, everything is about action. Everything is about performance. Without performance, without action, everything is really zero. The environment. Here, the HRM specialists must try to gather as much information as possible related to politics, economy, society, technology, law, the environment, etc. This is what I call the environment. We'll have to have all HRM specialists will have to gather information of politics taking place outside the environment, economy, society, technology, law, and environment, etc. Culture. In my recent previous two episodes, I have really elaborated much on culture, which is simply the way things are done. I repeat, culture has been dealt with in my previous two episodes quite elaborately, and I've also sent a PowerPoint in this channel. Please read about culture, which I've just said. It is an inescapable truth of life. I'm talking about a culture which is inspirational, positive, and constructive. It's not that simple. Trust me, it is not that simple. Please read the episode, listen to my lectures on culture. You'll find it quite interesting and complicated at times because culture cannot be seen in most of the cases. At the same time, culture is extremely powerful. So, this is the end of today's episode. Stay well, stay calm, stay happy. See you all very, very soon. My friends, stay well.